How are we doing, everybody? As you can see, I'm shaking with excitement because we just got past our first map on the time skip. That's right, we're in the time skip right now. If you don't know what's happening going to your time skip, maybe you check out the last few episodes because there was a lot of plot stuff going on. So we're gonna have a quick meal with some students and get into some supports. So it looks like most of them are happy, but I want to see these two have a meal. You guys want to eat the Lasaga? Go ahead.
Eating delicious food really takes my worries away.
Yeah, mine too.
Oh, I love this stuff. Did you know that?
I just made some ramen earlier. Oof, fine cuisine, I must say. It was worth all 26 cents that I paid for it.
This is delicious. My absolute favorite.
What you guys eating this time?
That looks delicious. Goddess forgive me, I've just got to indulge.
I can't tell. It looks like meat sticks. These two also need some meals. I gotta say, Petra looks crazy.
I would be liking that greatly.
Her hair just like
This
is
nearly
much
as delicious
different.
as Mother's cooking.
And you get to see the
I
tattoo
would
on her
happily eat
arm.
this every day.
She said in her support that her tattoo on her arm means something. I think she has some on her back too. Well, now we have a butt ton of supports to do, so let's just begin, shall we? These two seem particularly interesting.
The trees, and the trees bear fruit. It's the earth itself that gives us all life. Oh,
Yes, Claude, we
Fodlan,
know you like
land
nature.
of plenty. Bless us with the gift of delicious food.
What are you doing?
Lorenz.
Oh, it's just you, Lawrence.
Just
I was
him, yep.
disturbed by your ridiculous blather. Must you recite it quite so loudly?
Yo, can't a
Can
guy
you even
praise
call
the
that
trees?
nonsense poetry when it is utterly ignorant of rhyme and meter?
Oh, Lorenz knows about
Ouch.
poetry.
You don't hold back, do you? I didn't know you were so particular about poetry.
Oh, he's a poet.
Maybe you have a secret poetry collection of your own hidden somewhere.
Claude, you are spot on.
Absurd. Where did you hear that? And just what was that poem about? It seemed to me that you were praising the land. But
Well,
is it not the goddess
pretty sure
who
that was
nurtures
obvious.
the land? Should your praise not go to her instead?
Of
Lawrence,
course
don't be a
you zero in on
tattletale.
that detail. You really are a Fodlan noble through and through.
Yeah, that's his
Certainly.
character.
Aren't you?
His character is just Fodlan
I'm
Noble.
not quite the same, no. Though noble blood flows within me, it can't change who I am at heart.
Pardon? I think you had best clarify.
Well, your character shouldn't
Listen,
revolve around
Lawrence,
being a noble.
You had ambitions of becoming the Alliance's ruler, didn't you? Would you like to try that for real? If you really want it, I wouldn't mind giving up my position.
Interesting.
What's this all of a sudden? That is not an offer to be made in jest.
I'm not joking around. I've been thinking it for a while now. I
Really?
originally thought you were like a fox drawn in by the deer of the Alliance. But I was wrong. You're no thoughtless predator. You're trying to properly train the deer around you. Isn't that right?
That is my intention. But the ambition is insufficient. To rule
Odd.
well, a certain temperament is required.
Why would Claude give it
When
up
we
so
first
easily?
met, I mistrusted you a great deal. And on my father's advice, I observed you closely.
Oh, I know. You criticized
That
him
is
every
why
chance
I can
you
say
had.
this for certain. You possess the qualities necessary to govern.
You didn't just say that in the
compliment
last
from you?
episode.
That's about as rare as a deer standing on its hind legs and doing a jig.
Merely a statement of fact.
I feel like there's a
one that is quite
bad
relevant
internet
to the
gif
future
of that.
the Alliance.
The future of the Alliance, huh? You really are devoted to your cause.
Oh yeah, he is.
Depending on your actions, I may yet see fit to seize your position for myself. Bear that in mind.
I welcome the idea. It means I can feel safe vanishing whenever I see fit.
Vanishing? Do not tell me you intend to die in this conflict. You cannot shape the future if you do not live to
No,
see
I'm
it.
pretty sure he wants to go overseas.
First you compliment me, and now you're worrying about me? What have you done with the real Lawrence?
Yeah, where's the
No, I'm not
the
going
Lawrence
to
that thinks a
die.
conspiracy
I'm
is
tougher
happening?
than I look. Besides, this war isn't just for the Alliance anymore. It's going to decide the fate of all Fodlan.
Indeed it will.
It would be cruel to leave you with the burden of uniting all of Fodlan by yourself, don't you think?
Burden, please. If there were none other suitable, I would gladly become a king. Or even an emperor.
Okay, Lawrence.
Well. I guess I shouldn't take Lawrence of the famous House Gloucester so lightly.
Lawrence, ruler of
Really,
Fodlan.
though.
Oh my gosh.
Don't you go dying on me either, Lawrence. We're going to need men like you in the age to come.
Yeah,
The same to you, Claude.
I don't know, man. Lawrence's stats are looking pretty
A
low.
world without you would be ever so dull.
Really, Lawrence? Oh, it's so good to see you showing care. Especially towards his long rival. Oh, I want to see the heartwarming ending between
Raphael.
these two.
Reading a letter?
Please, I must. I need it.
Well, if it isn't old Ignatz. I got a message here from my sis.
How's she doing?
Oh, a letter from Maya. I haven't seen her in so long. I bet she's all grown
Yeah,
up.
apparently they were in a restaurant, I think.
She's still a shrimp. It's been a while since I saw her. But she's probably only up to your shoulders.
That's not a shrimp.
Wow. I can't believe
I guess
she's
compared to
gotten that tall.
Raphael, I guess.
I wrote to tell her about how we're friends again. Do you remember this?
Is that the picture I drew for her?
5 years ago?
She sent it along with the letter. I guess she held on to it since we were kids.
Oh, that, okay, I was gonna say.
All right.
Like, was this
that's
recent
enough
or what?
looking. She said to show it to you and send it right back.
To think she's handling my little doodle with such reverence. That warms my
See,
heart.
Ignatz, people do care about your
I
art.
remember the day I gave Maya that drawing. She looked so happy. Before then, I never knew I could make
Was
people
that the
happy with
person
art.
that
It was a
in the
revelation.
Bio with Ignatz
I've
support?
been drawing and painting ever since, in hopes of becoming an artist one day.
I think it was.
You're
Oh my
much better
goodness.
now, so it must be paying off. I bet you could be a real
That's nice
artist.
consistency there.
No, that's not possible, I'm afraid. I have to consider my parents' wishes.
Even with the war?
Who cares what your parents want? It's not like you're a noble or nothing. Your fate is your own.
That's true. Commoners do have a little more
You think so?
choice.
I know so. And I'm gonna support you with whatever dream you got.
Oh, Raphael.
Okay, let me see. What's the first step to follow your dreams? Oh, got it. You should paint me.
Paint you?
Yeah, paint Raphael. I would hang
Yeah.
up a painting of
I want
Raphael in my
little sis
room.
to know how good I'm doing here. So I gotta send her proof. Plus, she'll be doubly impressed if it's a painting you made.
I guess that's true, yeah.
Good point. I can certainly try to capture your likeness. I'll paint you with a warm, cheerful expression on your face to bring Maya comfort.
When does
My
Raphael
face?
not have a...
No way! You gotta get my muscles in there. Mostly my chest and arms.
Oh my goodness,
Are
Raphael.
you sure that's what she'd want to see?
Wait! Before you start painting, I gotta get me a little more training in.
I gotta go eat meat.
If my
I gotta...
muscles aren't bulging, then what's the point?
Oh
I'm
my
not
goodness.
sure about this.
Just sends him a picture of Raphael's arm.
Hey, got a minute?
Lorenz never has a minute. He's too busy
Leone, are we to sharpen swords again?
eating butter.
No, I came to
don't
give
know.
you this handkerchief back. Sorry, I know I held on to it for a while.
Yeah, a good 5 years? Oh, you remember that handkerchief from 5
You
years
lent
ago?
me this. Remember?
It is a
I
conspiracy.
recall giving it to you. It is a noble's duty to give to the common folk. In return, the commoner need only pay respect.
That's the opposite of what
That's
Leone
nice.
shows him.
You left out the part where the nobles take all the stuff the regular folks make.
Oh,
Yes, the common folk give the fruits of their labor, willingly, I might add, as a token of that respect. The head of
uh-huh.
San Village offers his tribute in exactly that spirit, you know.
San? That's my village. You knew?
Are they near the same
Of
territory?
course, we granted exclusive hunting rights to San and forbade outsiders from poaching.
I guess
In
so.
fact, when we received complaints about just that, we hired mercenaries to deal with the issue.
So that's what brought Gerald.
Oh,
What was that?
that's why Gerald came to the
Nothing.
village.
Look, just take the
Was
handkerchief.
because of Lorenz's
I'm
house.
returning
That's
something
interesting.
I borrowed from a friend.
Very well. As your friend, I will accept it.
Not
You
as
know,
a noble.
I really wish you wouldn't
Lorenz.
think of nobles as always giving and commoners as only receiving. Friends help each other without thinking about status, and that help goes both ways.
There you go, Leone. Power
Quite
of
so.
friendship. No
And
need
when
for
I require
nobles.
the aid of a friend, I assure you I will happily recognize it. But only with friends. In the main, I must continue to refuse assistance from the common folk. For a
Okay.
noble to accept would be disgraceful.
I am a noble of the highest degree.
I always thought he was just stuck up. Turns out, he just has this grand idea of nobility he's trying to live up to.
Yep, and that's his entire
Oh,
character.
no. I didn't even give him the handkerchief.
Okay, why would he just leave then? Sorry about jumping around with the
hey.
characters. I'm trying to make things interesting. Oh, that's right. Lysithea was
Lysithea.
bullying the heck out of poor Ignatz last
Something
time.
I can do for you?
Actually, both in C and B.
Can you help me out with my shopping?
What?
Yes, of course. You need me to carry stuff?
Actually, can you pick up some tea for me? I'd do it, but I'm drowning in work.
You're so busy you can't go shopping. Okay. Do you have a favorite kind of tea?
Listen, people, we need to remember
I'm
this.
not too picky. I just like having it around, really.
Dang it. Okay, never
Whatever's
mind.
cheapest works for me. Here's some money.
Okay, give her the cheapest
One
tea. I gotta
question.
remember that when it's
Why
her
me?
birthday.
You don't really need my help for this.
I just thought I could lean on you a bit. You know, rather than trying to do everything on my own.
Oh,
Right,
she's taking
I
what he
see.
said to heart.
Well, good. I'm glad you decided to approach me.
There you go, Lysithia.
But for this particular task, you might be better off doing it yourself.
Oh?
But she's drowning in work, Ignat. Buy the
There are
cheapest
so
tea.
many different kinds of tea, and I'm not very discerning. Well, what if I get you one you don't like? When I do my own shopping, I pick a tea at random. Otherwise, I'd be paralyzed by all the
She
choices.
said just pick the cheapest
It's the
one.
same with food. Sometimes I stare and stare at the options and never decide.
That is me in the
You
snack
look
aisle.
like you were doing just fine.
Should I
when
get
you went
Sun
to
Chips or
groceries the
Pringles?
other day.
I really had to push myself to do that alone. I don't think I can do that again. Sorry.
Uh-huh. So, you've stopped trying to do things on your own, then?
Yeah. Still, though.
Well, then where's
For
your
today, how about
individuality?
you have some of my tea? If that'll do.
Sounds nice, sure. Do you mind brewing mine while you're at it?
Okay. Though I can't do it as skillfully as Lorenz, I'm afraid.
Shut up
I'll
about
get it ready
Lorenz.
right
Oh my
away.
god.
Feel free to start focusing on your work.
What?
What?
I mean, you seem plenty reliable to me.
That sounds like the
I
exact
do.
opposite of what you said
Really?
5 years ago.
How so?
You're fun, you're easy to be around, and you rarely complain when you help others.
There you go.
Well,
Now you
I'm just
see
pouring you
Ignat's
some
good
tea.
traits.
I'm not sure that qualifies as help.
It's not easy for me to rely on people, but with you, it's different.
Well, there aren't many things I can do, frankly.
Ignat's, please,
What
you
I
need more
can do,
confidence.
I will do. So if you need anything, ask me, and I'll try to help.
You really are unreliable, as it turns out. Guess I'll just have to take your word for it.
I'm so confused. You're like, you're reliable. You're unreliable. She's got to make up her mind. Oh, Petra's training. Please tell me we get the glasses
Petra.
switch again.
You always seem so focused on your training.
Ignatz, are you wanting something from me?
Yeah, you want to try my glasses
I want
again?
to apologize about the glasses debacle.
I like how they just have these like
Apologize? I
trivial
will give
things
you
that
my
they remember
forgiveness, but I am not understanding.
5 years ago.
When I laughed at what you said, I felt really bad for doing that. I'm realizing that I can learn a lot from
Yeah,
you.
it beat me up for these
You
5
are
years.
learning new things from me? What kind of learning?
Definitely not grammar.
Nothing specific, but more like you really take things seriously.
How about
you
like
approach the world with genuine curiosity and consider it carefully.
having his
You have a sincere, wholehearted approach to learning new things. I envy that.
glasses a hero's
I am
relic.
thinking you also
not to
have
interrupt
great
them.
seriousness. That is why you are worrying. But your worrying is not necessary.
You think so? Well, that's kind of reassuring.
Good
also,
for you,
you
Ignatz.
have much kindness.
Oh, he is so kind. Him and
You are
Raphael.
apologizing for the smallest of things. Your heart is overfilled with compassion. You have honesty too. You are a good person.
Indeed.
Me? Oh, I think that's going too far.
Ignat, stop.
You are also having the ability to wear lenses.
Ability.
You are like a hero chosen by the lenses.
Oh my.
Because I wear glasses?
That final one was joking. I do not always have to be serious.
No, Ignat,
That
you
was a
should be able to
joke.
use a combat art with your
I
glasses.
didn't realize. I guess it was okay for me to laugh after all. You always look so humorless. It's hard to
Yeah,
judge.
you suck at jokes,
Oh, I don't
Petra.
mean that in a bad way. You're a fun person to be around. I'll know that you're joking next time. Without you telling me.
$5 says he
It is
won't.
greatly important for us to be understanding each other.
That was a joke,
I think so,
Ignat.
too.
She hates you.
I've been hoping to learn
Sorry.
more about you.
I'm joking, Ignat.
Then we can be spending much more time with each other and learning much.
All these supports
Hey,
are so sweet.
Raphael, I finally finished that necklace for you. Here you go.
It only took 5 years.
Huh? Oh! Whoa! This is incredible! And so shiny. You're like an artist, Hilda. How'd you do this?
Just like I
Pretty
told
good
you.
at it, apparently.
I put the flowers and the shiny rocks in a bottle, and then poured in some resin to preserve everything.
For 5
I
years.
thought the flowers you had were looking a little pathetic, so I added a few of my own.
How did the flowers live for
It
5
was
years?
hard work, making sure the flowers and the stones were spread evenly, getting rid of the air bubbles.
Air bubbles.
What's this? The part you hang around your neck? I thought you used the one I gave you.
Oh yeah, no, that's a cord I braided. I was going to use metal, but some people are allergic to metal, so I figured
Better safe than sorry. Anyway,
Okay.
you didn't give me much to work with, and look what I pulled off. I am a miracle worker.
Oh boy, what are you gonna ask for in return now?
Gorgeous. Beautiful. I've never seen anything like it. Thank you, Hilda.
Oh, Raphael, don't cry.
Whoa, hold up. What's with the blubbering?
Yeah, it's okay. Don't cry, Raphael.
It's just, I bet my sister never got anything so pretty in her whole life.
Yeah, after you giving her
She's
logs.
had to deal with so much because of me. I never got her anything this nice and cute before.
Oh,
She's
Raphael.
gonna love it and be so happy.
You are so kind.
Okay. Yes, okay, that's enough. Come on, you're embarrassing me here. If you're really that happy, I'm glad I put some effort into something for once.
Yeah, Hilda,
No.
for one. No.
Don't you always put effort into things?
That's sweet of you, but no, I don't want to put in effort and then disappoint people. It's dispiriting, not to mention tiring.
I was gonna say,
But-
is that?
What if they're not disappointed? Then they'd feel great, and you'd feel great too.
Ah, so
Yeah,
simple.
You have a point there. I guess I'm realizing that now.
Yeah, Hilda, maybe you should train your
No,
axe so you can hit
Thanks
some more.
to you, I'm starting to see things from my brother's perspective.
Oh?
What do you mean? Do you have a big bro too?
Yeah,
I
she always
do.
talks about him.
I've always thought of him as an overprotective nuisance, but now I feel thankful.
Why? Because he's working
Looking
so
at
hard to
you,
keep
I
you
couldn't
safe.
help but think, sometimes big brothers are okay.
I don't
Sometimes.
do anything special though. It's natural for a big bro to look after his little sis. Oh, that reminds me. I still haven't found anything special enough to repay you for the necklace.
Please say you don't
I
have
got
to,
an
Hilda.
idea though. How about I help you make a tough-looking necklace for your big bro?
Oh.
No need. I have a better idea.
No, he'd love the
When
boar
war
tusks and
simmered
logs
down,
and
Why
fangs.
don't you and your sister come visit me?
Really? That's it?
Why don't Hilda just go visit the
Yeah,
restaurant?
I want to make sure it suits her. And then I can adjust the cord if I need to.
Oh, okay.
Of course we'll come visit. I told my sis all about you, and she already wants to meet you.
I wish we would get
Well,
to see
good.
their
I
siblings.
look forward to it. In the meantime, hold me close to your heart.
I wish we could,
What?
That's what the necklace would say if it could talk. Hold me close to your heart.
I thought Raphael's probably like, how do I do that? My heart's inside my chest.
Ah, Leonie. Off to train?
Yeah, she just got a new shield. Check
Already
it out.
done. What about you? Off to draw?
No, I'm on my way back. I was thinking of adding a little color to my latest piece, so...
Oh,
Come to think of it, I've still never seen your work. Here, let me take a peek.
I want to see too.
It doesn't work like that. You have to let me know in advance. I need time to prepare.
Oh, Ignatz, he's getting
Lighten up.
flustered.
Wow, look at all that paper. Are these all drawings? What should I look at first?
No, don't look at that one.
Wherever we travel, I try to capture the feeling and character of the landscape. I guess they've all kind of piled
Don't look
up.
at my
Each
OCs.
place is unique. Not just the geography, but also the clothing and architecture and so on. Everywhere has its own design sensibilities.
Yeah, you'd think there'd be only one way to do stuff like engraving, but it actually varies a lot.
I'm pretty sure
Just
Ignatz
within
would
the
know all
Alliance,
about
The
that.
styles are quite different between the North and South, and the Empire is even more diverse.
Oh, here's a landscape. What a bright blue sky. You really make it seem alive.
I want to
The
see
blue of the
too,
sky changes
Ignatz.
with the
I don't wanna
season too. In the summer, it's darker, and yet in the winter, it's almost luminous. And, of course, the landscape below affects the sky's appearance by virtue of contrast.
Man, I wish I
It's
could
hard
draw.
to get the color just right, so I spend a lot of time experimenting with pigments and... Oh no. I'm so sorry. I've been talking your ear off.
Isn't that what she wanted?
Listen, Ignatz, you need to become a painter.
Huh?
Yes, please. He needs to.
Don't say it's not useful. Your talent moves people.
Yes, it moves me even though I can't
Someday,
even
I'm
see
sure
it.
your art will save someone's life.
Oh, that's going a little
Oh, no,
far,
I
but
wouldn't go nearly that far.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Well,
Remember that girl you told me about? You made her so happy, and you were only just starting out.
that's Raphael's little
Think
sister.
about what
Oh
you
my
could
goodness.
do now that you've had so much practice. This is your calling.
I'd say
You
so.
think so?
He's just got to become a knight who paints.
Yeah. It's something you can do that no one else can.
Oh yeah, I can't do it, so you
envy
have
you.
to.
I wish I had a gift like that.
Well, Leonie,
So
you're good at
stop
stuff too.
apologizing for your talent
You're
and
good
just
at
do it.
sustainability. You'd
Thank
be
you,
good in the
Leonie.
Great Depression or whatever.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a lot to think about.
Oh, Ignatz.
Hello, Flane. Isn't it about time you told me the truth?
About what
Hello,
exactly?
Flane. Hello, Flane. It's me,
You
Claude.
really are.
Just here wanting to know about
Villains
your
are
secrets.
after you for your blood. There's no doubt that you're someone special.
She
And
is.
that's why Sedith is always worrying about you so much, right?
Well, yes. I see no reason to hide that fact.
But just what makes that blood of yours so special? More than anything, I've been wanting to find out Teach's true identity. But yours is bothering me almost
I
as
want to
much.
find out my true identity
Somehow,
too, Claude.
I can't seem to stop thinking about you. It's almost like a crush. I have a crush on your secrets, sweet Flame.
Such flattery.
Seth comes in. Claude.
I've tried asking Sedith, but there's no sign of him budging on the issue.
Yeah, he never
At this
would.
point, I guess I just need better bargaining skills. Or how about this? If you tell me the truth, I'll do anything you say.
Anything,
That
huh?
is not something I am willing to share, unfortunately. However, since you are so passionate on the matter, I will promise you something.
Oh.
What's that?
If you somehow manage to uncover the truth of my identity, I will acknowledge it as truth.
Oh, okay.
That's real nice of you and all, but I think if I could come up with the truth, I'd be able to tell from your reaction anyway.
That's
You're
true.
not great
Claude
at
is pretty
hiding
good
your
at
emotions, after all.
it. Well, Claude's just good at
If
reading
you do
people in
somehow
general.
figure it out, then I would ask something of you, Claude. I would ask that you reveal your own true identity.
Ooh.
Now that's a request I wasn't expecting.
Please, I want to know
It
Claude's
has been clear
too.
to me for quite some time now that you are no ordinary noble.
Yeah, he's still got some
I
secrets
have
up
been
his
pondering-
sleeves.
Well, you. Quite a lot lately. The curiosity is enough to drive me mad.
There's so many secrets in this
see.
game that I still
Well,
don't
that's
know.
an interesting turn of events. Looks like we both have a little crush on our hands, huh? I hope the day comes when we can talk freely about both of our identities.
Please. Please let it be when I can witness it. The birds, Marianne!
Come here, quick!
I found a bird that can talk!
Oh, what's wrong, Raphael?
Just pulls out
It's
a
that
chat
bird you
out.
were talking to. I just found him.
How did you recognize the same bird from 5 years
See?
ago?
Right there on the lower branch. That's gotta be him. But he looks a little sad for some reason.
You're right. Do you mind if I handle this? Hello there, Mr. Bird. How do you do?
Why? I'm doing fine.
Yes, I see. I see. So your food supply is...
Food? I got it.
Food? Food?
I completely
Raphael.
understand. I
just
have
picks
seen
up-
more people and birds
Is
foraging
he just
for
picking up
berries lately.
food off the ground?
It would be ideal if those berries were growing in another forest nearby. Then you wouldn't have to.
Marianne, he can eat dirt, right?
Are you hungry, Mr. Bird? I got just what you need.
Dirt!
Are those bugs? Yuck.
Look at him go. He's loving it. He's gonna get so big and strong
Yeah,
after
birds like
this.
eating bugs and worms, not just berries.
That was disgusting. But how did you know he was hungry?
I don't know, maybe because you
I
said
could
he
tell by
was?
looking at him. He looked hungry and weak. More importantly, I saw what you did. That bird wasn't speaking human, so you gotta understand birdese. I knew it.
I think she just knows it.
About that. I'm sorry, Raphael, but I need to tell you the truth. I can sort of understand what animals are thinking when I look at them.
Yeah, like she understands
But
their
I can't
mannerisms,
speak
not
to
their
them.
actual.
I'm sorry for leading you on.
I was wondering if she had like a crest that
Oh,
could speak to
I
animals
see.
at first.
What about me then? Can you tell what I'm thinking when you look at me?
Food.
No, Raphael.
Food, muscles, and being nice to friends.
Well, of course not. You're not even looking at me. You gotta look at my eyes.
Nope, still can't do it.
I guess
like,
I just gotta tell you.
looks so angry.
I'm thinking it would be nice if you talked to me the way you talk to animals.
Hello,
What do
Mr.
you mean?
Raphael. How are you?
Whenever you talk to animals, you seem happy and friendly. I just wish you'd talk to me like that too.
I thought she was being pretty friendly.
I'm so sorry, Raphael. I didn't know.
What if I try this? Cheep cheep chiree choo choo doo.
Raphael, that's really cringy. Please stop.
Whoa! I've never heard you laugh before. I should have
That's
talked to you and
true.
Birdie
She
sooner.
rarely ever laughs.
Chip-chara, cheaply-woo, teedledee.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that one.
Just waiting for like Seth to
I
like
said you
walk
gotta
by
eat
and go like,
bugs to grow
what?
big and strong, just like Mr. Bird.
Ah, I think I'll have to pass.
Professor, please do not be concerned. I just did too much overworking and lost my strength.
It's okay, Petra. Are you okay though?
Yes, I have no problems. Except my apology for giving you worry.
I accept
sorrow.
it.
I mean, I am sorry to be fainting at a time like this.
It's okay. Just
Even
make
though
sure
I
you
was
take
not
care of
asking
yourself.
for your care and attention. You gave it willingly.
No problem. You want to go play frisbee? I bought a new frisbee. It's a discus. It was the least I could do.
I
Bought
am
it at
thinking
Dollar
that is
Tree.
incorrect.
99 cents.
Will you have a listen to me? There is something that I must be saying.
You weren't listening to me about the frisbee, but okay, I'll listen to you.
You already have knowledge of why I came to Vodlin. Not for studying, but as a hostage for the Empire. So that Bridget would not be rebelling anymore.
Okay, but
It
now...
feels like a knife against my throat. That I am making my grandfather obey the Empire.
Well,
if I were running away from the Empire, then Bridget would be defeated. I am not having any options. To be living, I must be fighting to win.
I wonder if
For
her...
Bridget to be living, the Empire needs to be crushed. So I must be crushing the Empire.
I wonder
That is what
if...
my people are wanting from me. And what my grandfather, the King of Bridget, is wanting.
I wonder if on Edelgard's side, her dialogue is different, saying like, oh, she needs to protect the Empire. But yeah, you gotta take care of yourself to succeed though, Petra.
That is a truth. I wonder what I should be
You want
doing.
to help others, you gotta help yourself
I want
first.
to be granting the wants of my tribe. So their wants are my own, correct?
And you got it. But only you can prevent forest fires, Petra.
What I really want... I have understanding. Wait, no, I actually do not have understanding. Yet.
You say
What
I have
am
understanding so many
understanding
times.
is
Can't you
that
just
there
say
is
I understand
something
by
I am
now?
Not understanding. When I know what my true want is, I give you my promise that I will be telling you first.
I appreciate it, Petra. Hey,
Hey,
Raphael.
Professor. I think you've been working too much lately.
What?
The battle's gonna keep going with or without you. But you're the one doing the most out there.
Yeah,
It's
I did
real
say
impressive
that.
how you
That's
can
in the
focus
last
on giving
chapter.
orders and fighting. I don't think I could do both in the same battle.
You can do it,
I see you
Raphael.
running all over the place, even after the battle's over. I just don't want you to wear yourself out.
It's cool. I eat a lot of McDonald's before I go in, so I'll be okay. Don't worry about me,
Oh, yeah?
Raphael.
As soon as you say you're fine, that's when it hits you.
What? A rock?
No offense, Professor.
Seth, just
Don't you
why
think
would
some
they say-
folks might be taking advantage of you? Claude keeps asking you to do things, but you never say no.
Well, because he's my
Like when
pal.
you gave that speech to the troops. That didn't seem like something you wanted to do. I know you gotta follow orders on the battlefield, but you shouldn't have to do things off the battlefield if you don't wanna.
Well, you've done things you didn't want to either, or two,
What do
I
you
guess.
mean? Like studying?
Yeah, you didn't want to study,
Sure,
and
it's not my favorite thing in the world,
that's
but that was to keep my little sis fed. I had good reason for it.
That's true. You're always looking out for your little sister, but it's the same for me, Raphael.
The same, huh?
I'm looking out for people too, just
I
like
think I
you
get
and
what you
everybody
mean.
else.
You do things you don't want to do for the sake of everyone else. That's real noble of you, Professor. I guess I can't get in your way if you're doing it for the right reasons. Okay then. I'm gonna keep trying to do my best. But now, I'm gonna do it for you.
Oh,
My little sis is important to me. But you're real important too.
you're important to
I
me
always
too,
work hard for the people
Raphael.
who matter to me. And having more of them in my life just means I gotta work even harder. What do you think?
I think that's a great idea, Raphael. You're important to me too.
Really? I wasn't expecting you to say that. You're gonna make me blush.
I think
We
you already
gotta
are.
keep working hard together then. At least until this war's over.
Yeah,
I'll
then we
work
can
to
go
make
and
sure
just.
you don't collapse from exhaustion.
No, I won't.
You
Don't
got
worry.
nothing to worry about, Professor. I've been training non-stop. I got your back.
I just have to down
No
a couple
matter what.
ketchup packets, then I'll be fine. Don't worry.
Hey, writing to your sister again?
Jeez,
You bet. Gotta reply to these things as soon as they come in.
he's
Yeah,
got like
one
3
last week,
letters to
too.
his sister
It's
today.
great to see you're both so good about staying in touch. It's especially important when there's a war going on.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
think so.
Oh, that reminds me. My sister wrote to say how much she loved the painting supplies you sent.
Good. I'm glad gathering those
I wonder if
pigments
his little
paid
sister
off.
likes art.
You even made her a brush. I really appreciate
Like
you
if she
doing
wants the
all
painting
that for
supplies
her.
and she likes
I
Ignaz's
was
art.
fascinated with painting at that age. I was a pretty artistic kid, if you can believe it. Not a lot of time for it when you're hungry, though.
Oh, okay.
Sounds like you had a pretty tough time growing up too, huh?
I guess so. We never thought of it that way. But it's true, the children in my village don't usually get to choose their futures.
Well, you
Any
did.
one of us could have had the talent for artistic genius and never even noticed. I was one of the lucky ones. I only got to follow my passion thanks to my father and all the other folks.
And Captain Gerald.
That's why, once I come into my own, the first thing I'll do is head back there and help the other kids.
Aw, that's
Oh,
sweet.
wow. It's like all the kids in your village are counting on you.
No need to exaggerate.
So why
it.
become a knight for that purpose?
Besides, it's
Or a
not like I'm
mercenary, rather.
unique. You're working hard for your sister's future, aren't you?
Yeah. It's like me and you are both carrying big weights. We should try sharing the weight with each other. You know, lighten both of our loads.
You have Raphael come
Huh?
visit your village and be like, "Hey kids," they'd love him. I'm telling
If
you.
we share our
You could throw him in the
problems,
air and
Then we only gotta carry half the weight, right? It works out for everybody.
I
It's
guess.
probably a good thing you didn't try to take on your family's business. If you take half of my burden and I take half of yours, the total's still the same.
That's assuming the burden is
Nah,
equal weight.
That doesn't sound right. Everything's lighter when you don't gotta carry it alone.
There you go, Raphael. Power of friendship works every time. That's right, Leon. You get chocolate milk.
On second thought,
I don't
you
know what
might
that
be
means.
right. With the right attitude and the right partner to share the burden, maybe it is only half the weight.
Now you're getting it. It's a waste of energy to struggle alone when there's someone who can help you.
Power
That's
of
true.
friendship.
And I do hate waste, as you well know.
Oh yeah, I
So
know.
when it comes to working toward the future you're after, you know I won't fall short.
Great! And you should never fall short on sharing a big meal with me, too.
Deal.
That's right. These two are big eaters, surprisingly. Surprising for Leonie, that is, but
Oof. Capsized the teapot. Tea leaves on the carpet. This'll be fun to clean up.
oh no.
Hey, Hilda. Is something wrong?
Ignaz, perfect timing.
Ignaz, I accidentally knocked over my teapot. I drunk all the tea already, thank the goddess, but the tea leaves went right into the carpet.
Can't you just pick them up?
Oh, that's a mess.
There's like 4
Here,
tea
let
leaves.
me help. I can leave stains if you're not careful.
But don't you have somewhere to be?
Yeah, I was gonna go paint
no,
these
don't
tea
worry.
leaves on a
I'm on a break.
carpet.
What's that in your hands? Oh, painting supplies. You were gonna go do some painting, weren't you?
Ah, yes. The weather's quite splendid, and I found a place where some gorgeous flowers are blooming.
Yeah,
But
right
the
in the
flowers aren't
monastery
going anywhere
garden
this
at
second.
the greenhouse.
Let's clean this up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ignaz, and sorry to keep you away from your painting.
That's okay. It didn't stain, at least. You picked all the leaves out of the carpet.
Yay.
Still going painting? Or is it too late in the day?
Did it really take that
No,
long?
I think time-wise it'll be fine.
Plus, he could get into night work
If
or
you're
whatever.
not doing anything, Hilda, would you care to join me?
Yeah. Hilda?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. Forget what I said. I'm sure you're busy anyway.
Just silence?
You didn't let me say anything.
Because you didn't say anything.
Well, no, but you didn't reply, so I thought you didn't want
Yeah,
to.
there you go.
I never said I didn't want to. I was just surprised. I'd love to see those pretty flowers you mentioned. I'm glad you invited me.
Oh, that's good. Wait, you're glad?
Of course I am. I like being invited to things, silly.
Hey, Hilda, you're invited
Right,
to the
of
next war
course.
council
It's
meeting.
affirming.
Hey, Hilda, you're invited
Yeah,
to the
exactly.
next battle.
See? You get it. So there's no need to worry that an invitation is burdening someone. It feels good to be asked.
Hilda, you're invited to do all the chores in the entire
Of course,
monastery.
Of course. Well then, in addition to seeing the flowers with me, would you like to help with my painting?
I wouldn't want to screw up your opus. I'm not
Your
much of a
opus?
painter.
No, I meant that I'd like to paint you, with the flowers all around you. Oh, that's too much, isn't it? Forget I said anything.
No, I think she'd be down for that.
You didn't even let me answer. But you're right. I'm not up for that.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
I thought she'd be all over that, kind of wanting to be like a...
I'm not up for that.
I don't know.
Unless your painting of me will look really, really cute.
Okay,
Can
maybe
you make
so.
that happen?
Yeah, I was gonna say, because she loves cute things, so...
Yes, of course. I'll paint you cute as a button.
What does that mean?
Shouldn't be too
Buttons
hard.
aren't cute, they're
I
just
can feel a
buttons.
Very cute
They're just
smile
plastic
coming on.
circles. How are they cute? Why do people say that? I don't understand. In what way are
Well,
buttons
we've
cute?
got
Please
another
tell
bout coming
me.
up. What do you think of our chances?
Winning is always the goal. At any rate, I've done everything I can to prepare.
Any schemes
That's the
yet
right
up there,
attitude.
Claude?
I'm sure they're doing all they can on their side, too.
I don't doubt it, but however strong they are, it's no more than a Fodlan concern. Who knows how far this world extends beyond the boundaries of Fodlan?
I'm curious
Talk
about
of
that
strength
too.
or weakness doesn't amount to much when it's only in relation to a tiny corner of the world.
Guess you're
Yeah.
right. Thinking about it like that, even this war seems like a storm in a teacup.
Exactly. It's nothing more than an internal quarrel amongst the
I don't
people
know
of
if this.
Fodlan.
I don't know if Three Houses, the game, is
Typical laid-back
connected to any
Claude.
of the other Fire Emblem worlds.
I always like talking to you. Your perspective on the world is so refreshing.
It might
Things
not
I
be.
thought were obvious turn out not to be.
The way you think, that changes the way you see things. Common sense never tells the whole story. It's similar to what we were talking about before, about how you need to doubt yourself first.
True enough, but where did you get these ideas? That perspective of looking past the walls of Fodlan, when it's all we can see in front of us.
That's a good
Do
question.
you really want to know?
I want to know. Maybe Leone doesn't,
do.
but okay, we both do. Tell us, Claude.
But I'm afraid now isn't the time.
It's the A support.
When
Now's the
this
perfect
war
time.
Is won, I'll tell you all about it. It'll be
Okay.
easier for me to show you than to tell you.
Show us.
Show me. Are we going somewhere?
It's quite a distance. You'll start to appreciate how big the world is if you go.
Sounds eye-opening. I'll look forward to it.
Dude, post-game
Can we
world
call it a
traveling
promise?
with Claude. Let's go.
Yes, it's a promise. But first, let's win this war and leave it far behind us.
There we go. Supports
Lorenz,
never end.
Lorenz, look!
A
What
note?
is it, Hilda? Ah, a letter from your brother?
So many letters today.
That's right. Though part of me thinks it's some stranger imitating my brother's handwriting. He's never given me this much praise.
You did in your paralogue.
Hilda, you've learned the value of persistence. You're really maturing, stuff like that.
She hasn't been
Usually
asking
his letters
people
are
or like
like,
forcing them to
I'm
help
worried
her.
about you, and stop being so lazy.
Since I have fought by your side, I can assure you that his praise is genuine and entirely deserved.
Is that so?
I've written about fighting in plenty of letters. Why is he so gushy this time around?
I would
Good
venture
question.
to guess that your depictions of battle are more passionate than before. It's no surprise that such authenticity would resonate with a veteran warrior like your brother.
Perhaps
If
so.
that's true, I have you to thank. You've inspired me to throw myself into battle.
By doing the
Does
battles
everyone
for
think I'm a
me.
tough warrior now? I don't want to be stuck with their high expectations.
Hilda, you've been doing
Would that
great
be
out
so
there.
terrible?
Come on.
You are gifted, you know.
Yeah, the frick
Not to say
noodle
that
and
your
your like.
lackadaisical nature has failed to endear
know.
itself to me.
She's been doing it. Her strength
I'll
is
choose
so
to take
high,
that as a compliment.
and the frick noodle, it's just so good,
Speaking of
Hilda.
letters, did you keep your promise? Did
Promise?
you, mention me?
Oh, that's
I
right.
did. I told my brother all about
So
you.
there's this noble Lorenz,
I said you
and
were a
I got him to do
uniquely
all
gifted
my work
leader
for
who
her.
could inspire people to be their best selves. And I said that you'll be a real asset to the Alliance.
Oh, not the leader.
I also
Ooh.
told him how I wished you could join our family. He responded that he'd be honored to call you his brother.
Truly? Oh, to have such a valiant brother would be beyond my wildest
Whoa.
expectations.
No way. Lawrence and Hilda are gonna get married?
Lawrence, you know what I mean about you joining our family, right?
This is just
I
a
believe I
support.
do.
Calm down.
And I confess, if I am correct, that the same thought has preoccupied me as well. But you must forgive me. Now is not the time. Before we can consider our own future, we must first end this war. We must secure a peaceful world.
And if we do attain a peaceful world, then what? Come on, just say it.
As much as I'd like to grant that request, I cannot. This is something that will deeply affect our lives.
Really?
It must be said at the proper time and place, with the most artfully chosen words, and the perfect offering. I am Lorenz Hellman Gloucester, after all.
Shut up. Stop, Lawrence. Now, that's interesting. I didn't think they had.
I'm not usually one
budding
for waiting
feelings
around.
for each other?
But maybe I'll make an exception in his case.
Interesting. I always thought it'd be
Huh.
Lorenz and Leone,
What's
but
that about?
what? Oh no. Are you
Marianne,
bullying Marianne?
I saw you on the training grounds earlier. It looked like there was an argument.
Argument?
Oh, no. It was nothing.
I can't imagine Marianne in
Are
an
you
argument.
Nothing happened at this morning's training?
Well,
Well, what?
Okay, tell me what happened.
I just couldn't keep up with the rest of the group.
Well, they were knights and you were a
Everyone
mage.
got so mad at me. They said something about looking into their eyes so I could read their movements, but I couldn't do it.
They may have a point.
What? She can't look people in the
I'm
eye?
a hindrance to everyone. I can't do it.
No, Marianne, I
Of
thought you got
course
over
not.
that.
That goes without
She
saying.
still doesn't. She doesn't have the bags under her eyes anymore.
It's hard to accomplish anything on your own. Look at me. By myself, I'm worse than useless.
Ignore,
Can you see where
stop!
I'm
You
going with
guys,
this?
you need more confidence. You guys are
To
so
succeed,
good.
you have to cooperate. You can't do that if you're not paying attention to nonverbal cues.
Huh?
Please, try looking up. Looking people in the eye. You'll see some things that you've never seen before.
Such
People worry
as
about you.
eye
and
color?
rely on you. You'll see that on your allies' faces. In a way, you'll see what they're thinking.
You may be right. It was my fault for looking down.
I guess it's
Thank
because
you,
there's.
Ignatz.
It's just because she's
I
shy.
appreciate your encouragement.
Of course. Look, we both saw the sunset and appreciated its beauty.
Yeah, 5 years
Nature
ago.
communicates without words. We can do the same. We don't need to speak to be understood. Stop staring at your feet. Look at us. That'll be a good start.
Dang, Ignatz,
I can
going
certainly
deep.
try.
Sure seems to have worked. She's smiling again. That's good. What?
Is something wrong? Did I say something to upset you?
Oh no, to the contrary. I just realized that I was missing something. A thing of remarkable beauty. Right under my nose.
Yes, Lorenz also
Remarkable
said
beauty?
that she has like mysterious beauty as well.
What? Don't mind me.
Speaking of Lorenz and Marianne,
I've been meaning to thank you. The books that you lent me have proved most fascinating.
books.
Would you permit me to offer you tea as a token of my gratitude?
I'm a little busy right now. Maybe later tonight?
Marianne
Of
being
course.
busy with
I will
something?
look forward to it.
She thinks she can actually help with people? Thank goodness. Oh, they're actually having tea. Okay.
Thank you for inviting me over.
What was the point of the... Well, whatever. Who
Certainly.
cares?
Thank you for coming.
The
And
support
please
conversation
relax.
could have just started
This is
right
no
there,
formal
but you know what?
occasion.
It's fine. Ah, that looks
Oh,
great,
This tea tastes so good.
doesn't it?
Doesn't it
I
just?
can't- I love
This is
it.
my absolute favorite. I'm pleased you like it. This pastry may suit your palate also. It is commonly paired with this tea in my homeland.
Ah, it's sweet. It complements the astringency of the tea.
Astringency?
You have exquisite taste, and there is plenty more where that came from. We simply must do this again.
Is that a word people
you
just
want to
use?
spend more time with me?
Naturally.
I need to improve my vocabulary.
Well, that's...
Well, that's what?
Actually, there's something I need to say.
I think your nose
Yes?
is really
What
stupid.
is it?
It looks like a pencil.
I've been keeping this from you for a while. It's...
The secret of
It's
your
about
crest?
my crest. It's just terrible.
Please.
Please, that's quite enough.
No, Lauren, shut up. I want to hear.
Oh,
Lorenz!
You're trembling. If uttering this secret hurts you, then I have no desire to hear it.
I have a little bit of a desire.
it's just...
Oh shoot, my Joy-Con! It fell! I'm sorry!
Your smile is a greater gift to me than any truth.
I mean,
Whatever
her
you have
smile is
hitherto
great, but I
concealed,
would like to
I
know
am
her
certain
crest
it is
too.
essential to you, and I do wish to know it. But not until the day arrives when you can tell me with a smile on your face. I am not the sort of man to prize my own knowledge over others' happiness, you know. Besides, the mystery is part of your charm.
I don't disagree, but please, I need
You're
to
funny,
know.
Lorenz.
Yeah, you're hilarious, Lorenz.
There, that's what I mean. Your beauty is always captivated, but that smile truly warms my heart.
This is the first time I've smiled in so long.
You smiled with
And I
Ignatz
have
like
your
5 minutes
kindness
ago.
to thank for that.
Marianne, you are a liar.
As I've said, you are perfect just as you are. But I suppose I can take a little credit. Yes, your radiant smile shall illuminate all the world. With me by your side, you will not be able to help it.
Oh, Lorenz, shut up.
I'm looking forward to that.
You're so funny, Lorenz. Tell us a joke, Lorenz. It's funny because
Why,
Lorenz
Cynthia,
is the joke.
It's no good for you to expose yourself to such strong sunlight.
Why?
And
Her
a
skin's
chill could
extremely
steal upon you
pale.
at any moment. You really ought to have worn a mantle.
What? Like, what's
You
so
have
bad
been
about
running yourself
sunlight?
absolutely ragged. Would you please consider taking some rest?
Well, she doesn't have a lot of
Enough is
time,
enough.
though.
I am fully aware. Now, stop following me.
Only concerned for your health.
That's great and all, but I feel fine
It's a
today.
sleeve
and
clipping, I
I'm
love
perfectly
it.
capable of caring for myself. I don't have time to take a rest. I'm overloaded with work, and I have less time than everyone else. I just want to do my own thing. Bring order to the Alliance, and put my parents' minds at ease.
No need to rush. How can you be so certain your lifespan is shortened anyway? I do not know who decided that, but consider me skeptical. If you are healthy now, and if you take proper care of yourself, you ought to live just as long as anyone else.
But the crest.
That's all well and good, but those vitamin-packed sweets you brought tasted weird.
If you want a
What?
healthy body, then you need to start with what you eat.
You have a point, but those health sweets are gross.
I know.
I
Health
sent
sweets
for
are
the finest and
disgusting.
wholesome, healthy treats for you. I asked only for the very sweetest.
They're so
That was
nasty.
pretty nice of you. I'm sorry, Lorenz. Thank you for being so thoughtful.
Yeah, but buy some better
Still,
snacks sometimes.
I
Give me
don't need
trash.
bushels
I
and
want
bushels of
trash.
them. Gaining a ton of weight won't exactly lengthen my lifespan either. I mean, I like to be able to hang out with you as much as possible. And for as long as possible.
What?
Truly?
You just said
I'm
leave
so
me
glad.
alone, so that's
I feel the
interesting.
same. Even in an otherwise perfect future, I still cannot see a happy life for myself without you in it. In fact, the more time we spend together, the more essential to me you become. So
Lorenz?
let us walk side by side toward a future together.
Yikes! Keep it down, will you?
Why are you flustered? What is there to be embarrassed about? You know I will always care for you.
That's
Okay, noted. Will you just calm down already?
You need not worry about a thing. I will look after you no matter what may come.
because I am
After
Lorenz
all, the
Hellman
future of
Glust.
Fodlan rests upon my shoulders, does it not?
No, it's Claude's.
I won't give up on myself either. Thanks for caring, Lorenz.
That seemed slightly romantic. But what happened
Where
with
is
Hilda?
that
That's a little
darn ladder?
weird. That darn ladder.
Need help with something, Lysithia?
I can't find the ladder anywhere, and I needed to check out the books up on that top shelf.
How do you get to
What,
the top
need to
shelf? It's
just
always
grab one for
blocked
you?
off.
No, I need to be able to dig around myself.
No problem. You can sit on my shoulders instead. Up you go.
Please tell me we get to see this.
Hang on a sec! That's not...
Please let me see this. No!
Nobody saw that. Anyway,
I want to
thank
see
you.
like the clipping
was
of how
helpful.
badly her sleeves
I
would clip
can't
through his
believe how many
face.
fantastic books were hidden just out of reach up there. Thanks for being so patient while I rummaged.
No problem at all. It was my pleasure.
Hey, Raphael. You're always extra nice to me. Is
That's
it because
'cause
I remind you of your sister Maya?
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah. I can't help but think about her whenever I see you around.
You said they're
We
similar.
lost our parents when she was still real little. So, she never had adults around to do stuff for her. That's probably why she grew up to be the kind of kid who wants to do everything on her own.
That's certainly something I can relate to.
Yeah.
I keep telling her that it's okay to rely on her big bro a little bit. Like, when there's stuff she can't do because she's too small. She just needs to ask someone bigger to do it. I told her that she could help me when I'm having trouble with stuff too. Then we would be even.
Young or old, we can all help one another out. We each have our strengths and weaknesses.
I have none.
Receiving help
strengths,
and providing
that
help
is.
in return. It sounds so simple, really.
I can
It
do
is
mediocre
simple.
editing,
I knew you'd get it.
and I can hold my
I
breath
do.
for a long
And I
time.
hope you
That's about
understand
it.
that you can come to me for help too, Raphael. I can't be the only one receiving aid. It makes me feel incompetent and like a kid. I hate that.
We know, Lysithia. We know you hate that.
All right then. You could help me clean up my room.
I bet it's a disaster knowing you.
Really?
I'll help you on that front, but I've got some rules on how to keep things tidy. You'll need to listen up.
If you could help with the actual tidying, that would probably be better. No need to bother with rules.
He's just gonna dirty it all up
really
again
do so
after he
good with
finishes.
remembering the complicated stuff. Oh, I got an idea. It would be even better if you could just come by and tidy up from now on.
Yeah, that's gonna take too
If
long.
you keep helping me, then I can help you whenever you need it. No guilt.
Whenever I need it, huh? How long does that offer hold?
As long as you
From
keep
now
coming
on,
and cleaning.
Like for always. I don't know what's so difficult to understand.
From now on, like for
always
always.
sounds nice. I'm fine with that.
For always. It's a weird way to put it. You have Uno!
Hilda.
I mean,
I wanted to thank you for helping me in the infirmary.
5 years ago?
I brought you these pastries.
The pastries from 5 years ago.
Ooh, thanks. I'll put some tea on. Have a seat.
That sounds lovely. But I also wanted to apologize for always causing you such trouble.
It's no trouble. No trouble at all. Everything tastes better with friends, don't you think?
She's been talking to
I give you
Raphael.
help, you give me sweets. We have a little tea party. It's a good arrangement, I'd say.
Tea party?
I'm
Why are
used
they
to it
called
now.
tea parties? You
So
just
if
sit
it
there and
changed
drink tea
suddenly,
with the other
I
person.
would feel disoriented.
How is that
I
a party?
suppose if you're enjoying yourself, then it can't be that bad.
Sure. You don't seem to mind listening while I gab, so I'm enjoying myself plenty.
I mean,
But
I'm
do
enjoying
let me know if
listening
I'm too
to
boring.
thousands of gabs from different
No,
people.
you're not boring at all. In fact, you're, very good at talking. You're also good with your hands. You can clean and organize better than almost anyone. I envy you.
Oh, Marion, don't get sad again.
Stop. I'm blushing. I'm not as great as all that.
Oh no, Hilda, you're
We're
pretty
both
good
a
at
lot
stuff.
different on the inside than we look on the outside. Don't you think?
How do you mean?
People who see you think you're so proper, but you're actually clumsy. That's why I help you, because there are some things you just can't do.
I'm sorry you always have to clean up after me.
I don't know how you
I
can be
didn't
bad
say
at
I
cleaning
hated
books
it.
up.
In fact,
Or rearranging
you've taught
them.
me a few new techniques I can use to persuade people.
Oh no.
Maybe I'll start imitating you a little bit. I'll do the Marianne.
Oh no.
That sheepish, sorry, and those quivering downcast eyes. But that might not work as well for me. People would probably assume that I'd hit my head.
Oh, well.
Aw, Mary Ann laughing at me. So rude and yet so adorable.
I'm so sorry. I just can't help it. When I imagine you doing those things, I...
It is so good that she is
Yeah,
happy.
yeah. It's rather un-Hilda-like, I'll admit.
On Hilda like.
Okay, that's enough laughing.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, I don't think it's that funny, Marianne.
Hey, are you all right? That tea's hot, Marianne. Be careful.
Yes. Oh, ouch, hot.
Come on.
She does
what
not.
did I
That did not
just
sound
say?
like she was laughing and
I
then
know,
drank the
I'm
tea.
sorry.
And
Ow, hot.
you are not very
Oh, boy.
smart.
A real steady hand, that Marianne. It's nice to see her laugh.
Yeah, but
Sure,
she's
she was
kind of
laughing at me.
dumb by drinking tea and then
How
like,
can I
oh,
get
it's
mad
hot,
when
then
she
still
looks so
drinking
dang
it.
Cute?
Oh, okay, that's it. That's nice.
Strategically speaking, if I poised an archer to lie in wait here, and then lured the enemy in over here.
Claude,
Lysithia, are you up late studying again?
the sleeve.
I am. But I don't see how it's any of your business.
Cynthia, don't.
Look, you don't need to
be
work
so
yourself
quick
so
to-
hard. You're already as skilled as they come. There aren't many people out there who can match you.
Yeah,
Everyone
she was
knows
the one who
that.
took out Death Knight. I mean,
I apologize for my sharpness. I just feel pressured.
yeah, I imagine
Why would
so.
you, of all people, feel pressured?
Because the
I
crest.
place a lot of personal pressure on myself. I need to become as strong as possible to put my parents at ease.
When I met with Count Ordelia before, he said you were his pride and joy.
Is that
But he
so?
also said his only concern was that you might be pushing yourself too hard. If you really want to make your parents happy, surely you should start by taking care of yourself.
That's true.
I mean, I think she does an okay job at
it's
doing
settled.
that. She just pushes herself
some
really
rest.
hard.
Save your energy for tomorrow's battle.
What? What? We have a
You
battle
really
tomorrow,
are
Claude?
very
What are you talking
mature,
about?
Claude, despite the impression you give off. And I clearly have plenty of growing to do. I probably don't have much room to come down on you for harping on me.
Oh, really?
Oh no, Claude. Look at his wink.
Does that mean you won't get mad if I treat you like a child from now on?
Hey, she's 20
That
years
is
old. She is not a
absolutely what I
child.
said. Just after you finally earned a small degree of respect from me, too.
Hey, just think about it for a second. You're the only one in the world I treat like this.
Wow, that's
that means
so
you're a pretty
special.
special person to me.
You think I'm special?
Take it however you like. Or maybe the thought is too much for a kiddo like you.
Ooh!
How dare you?
Kiddo, that's what I
Yeah,
call him.
Don't do anything you might regret. I don't want to be turned to dust.
Abraxas!
So I'll let you off easy this one time.
Well, that's good of you. All joking aside, go get
Hades,
yourself some
Omega.
shut-eye, okay? After all, if you don't hurry up, the boogeyman might come out and eat you.
Oh no.
All right, buddy, you asked for it.
Dark spikes.
Hey, Petra, are you there?
Just walks near trees.
Yes. What is your need?
It's that animation of them
Oh, I
falling
didn't
down
actually
is
think
so
you'd be
weird.
You think I am not here, but you were calling for me.
It seemed best to call out as soon as I arrived.
Why?
I can never tell when you're here. And it wouldn't be good for my heart if you just dropped in from out of nowhere.
You do
When I
that
was
every time, no
arriving,
matter
I called
what.
out for Claude, too. I was thinking it would give me joy if you were here.
Is
Why?
that a fact? I'm honored. Anyway, I see you beat me here today. Say, Petra, wouldn't it be great if, no matter how bad the war gets, at least this place stayed peaceful?
What do you mean by
Yes,
that?
I think so. I like this tree. It gives me calmness.
Yeah, you can still see the rope
I like
marks
this
from when
tree, too.
Claude climbed it.
It feels like it's always welcoming and reliable.
But when the war has ended, I must be leaving this tree. I must be returning to Bridget.
Yeah, you're just leaving the tree, not your friends, not Fodlan,
Claude,
just the tree.
my grandfather has been saying I must find a husband of Fodlan.
How come?
Whoa, where did that come from? You sly minx, have you been searching for a suitor all this time?
If Fodlan and Bridget become bound by marriage, it will give my grandfather great joy.
Well,
What?
you are
Okay.
a princess, so it makes sense that you have obligations.
Does it have to be
I
to
am
a
not
noble,
having
or
an
is it just some
obligation.
random person?
I will only be marrying if I find a good person.
Okay.
So you just need to find a man who meets your expectations. That could be tricky.
Marry the tree.
No,
Marry the
I
tree.
will be
Marry the
finding
tree.
It will not be a problem.
Oh? And who's the lucky fellow?
The tree.
It is my secret. I will not be telling him yet.
Bro, tree,
see.
check it out.
Do you
You're
think
gonna
he
be
can
marrying
give you the
Petra.
kind of future you deserve?
I am not knowing about the future, but my perfection, my perfect husband could be him. And if he gives refusal, I will be tying him up and dragging him home.
It's gonna be hard. That
Tie
tree
up.
is pretty heavy.
Well, I'm sure the lucky man will learn to accept his fate one way or another. Besides, I doubt any man would reject a proposal from a catch like you.
Oh, Claude, you're flirting with him right in front of her fiance?
Oh, do you have an itch back there?
Oh, it's
I guess
Dorte.
you can't scratch it on your own, can
It's
you?
Dorte.
Hi, Marianne.
I want to see a support conversation between Marianne and Dorte.
Oh, Claude, it's just you.
Sorry, I know you're in the middle of an important discussion with Dorte, but could I talk to you?
About what?
Not you, I was talking to Dorte.
It's about this thing you think you're burdened with. I've tried to guess what it is.
Please, the crest.
Please don't. This is making me a little uncomfortable.
Marianne.
There's no reason to feel uncomfortable. It's not like I plan on saying it aloud.
Oh,
But if my guess is correct, there's something I want to tell you. Will you hear me out?
maybe I can deduce something from this?
Fine, I will listen.
Didn't look too happy about it.
Once upon a time, in a faraway place.
What the? Are you telling me a story?
Okay.
Just listen. Once upon a time, in a faraway place, there was a young boy. This boy came from a despised lineage. In short, his mother was a daughter of the enemy. So the young boy was treated horribly by everyone around him. He
Okay.
hadn't done anything wrong. Everyone hated him simply for existing.
Is that...
Yelling, fighting back, explaining himself. Nothing he did could change his situation. When he was finally old enough, he ran far away from home. He escaped.
It sounds to me like he had no choice. I would have done the same had it been me.
Thing is, after he ran away, he still found himself in the very same position. People in the outside world hated him for where he came from.
Well, now that's...
Are you talking about you, Claude?
The boy thought he had no place to go. all he could do was destroy the boundary between the inside and the outside worlds.
This is incredibly
Destroy
vague.
the boundaries?
Right. If there was no outside and inside, just one side to share, then the people outside wouldn't have a reason to hate him anymore, right?
This is extremely
It wouldn't
vague.
be
I am
easy,
not catching
but
on to
if he
anything.
managed it, he could shrug off that burden.
What?
The point is, people are born with burdens to carry. That much is undeniable. But whether they bind us or we cast them aside, that's up to us.
That's pretty
So
wise words
I
there.
think you should try to cast yours aside, Marianne. Put that heavy burden down. It's time.
I don't know what
But
burden it is, though.
I don't know if I can do it.
Come on, you
It's
got
okay.
Dorte right there.
I'm here for you. We're the same, and I can help you.
I love how
The
Claude's
same?
cape just flies around
Claude,
when he
we
does
have
like the
nothing in
arms
common.
behind his head.
Hey, did you see that, Dorte? Your friend just smiled at me.
Dorte.
Thank you for sharing your story. I suppose I could try casting aside burden, as you say.
But what is
We can
said
try
burden?
together.
What is said burden?
Let's do that. And when we're free, we can change the whole world.
I see.
I feel like I'm drowning in responsibilities.
Oh no.
Claude, take my mind off it all. Regale me with another of your weird childhood stories.
Oh, I want to hear this.
Okay, then. How about an old story from a foreign land that my dad told me when I was a kid? Once upon a time, there was a white camel that got separated from his herd.
Okay. No, I wanted to actually hear it.
I'm so happy for that white camel. I really thought he was gonna die.
What? No, I wanted to know what
Is that
happened to the
story
camel.
really worth bawling your eyes out over?
It was wonderful. Don't you know how moving that story is?
You know, I never thought much of it until today. But seeing you bawling like that, I do appreciate it a little more now.
I sure don't. All I heard is that
What's
the
that
white camel
mean?
exists.
Well, you're always fake crying, aren't you? Getting all misty-eyed to make people think you're a delicate flower?
What? You're awful. I only cry when I'm sad.
Claim what you like, but I can spot real tears from fake tears any day of the week. Fess up.
Something tells me Claude is
If you understand
a
me
secret
so well,
crier.
maybe it's because you're no different.
That makes me sad though.
How's that?
When you smile or laugh, it's not sincere. I can tell.
What?
I've
But
only
when he
seen
told
you
me we were best of
genuinely
friends
smile
back
a
before the
handful
war
of times.
started?
Like when you're talking to the professor.
Yeah!
Oh, good one, Hilda. You hit me right in the gut.
I knew he was
I
genuine
guess
then.
you're right. I'm not so different from you in that way. But how did you come to realize that? Have you been watching me that closely?
I'm afraid so. My eyes seem to wander toward you of their own accord. What? Hold on. Forget I said that. I didn't say that.
Nope, no can do. Forgetting isn't something this crafty brain of mine is capable of. Besides, my eyes have a tendency to wander in your direction too. How else do you think I found out about your fake crying?
Fake
Huh?
tears. Is she literally just
What
a
are you getting
Bondsley?
at?
Hilda is
Say,
Bondsley
Hilda.
confirmed?
Once everything's settled down, do you want to come meet my parents? I mean, don't get the wrong idea, you just seem interested in my family.
Oh, okay.
Besides, you've opened up to me quite a bit, but I still haven't let you in on my own secrets. If
Please.
you meet my parents, I think you'll understand, though it might come as a bit of a surprise.
What?
Your family? I'd be lying if I said I wasn't curious.
I'm curious.
Well then, if neither of us changes our minds before the opportunity presents itself, let's agree to go visit my home together.
Please, come on, let's go
Although,
right
if
now.
It's a long journey. My brother might not be too happy.
Why?
True,
Why'd he
that
care?
might be a tough nut to crack. As tough as Fodlan's locket.
Okay. And now Claude.
Oh, hey there. What are you doing up at this hour?
Oh, you know, I couldn't sleep. Insomnia and all.
Is that right? I guess the more you have to think about, the harder it is to fall asleep.
Yeah, that's
At
true.
times like this, I like to gaze up at the stars to clear my head. I've been that way since I was a kid. Looking up at the big starry sky makes my dreams feel small, which makes it feel like I can actually make them come true. I didn't believe in gods when I was a kid. Maybe that's because the night sky took their place for me.
Interesting.
Hey, Teach, will you talk with me a while?
Sure. I've got
I
time.
bet you figured this out, but I wasn't born in Fodlan. Where I come from, the people of Fodlan are looked down on as cowards.
Is that
Technically,
so?
that cowardice runs in my veins. On my mother's side, anyway. That's why the people who were around me when I was growing up thought of me as an outsider.
Uh-huh.
But I don't believe the people of Fodlan are cowards. That kind of perspective is just based on ignorance.
So where did you grow up
The
then?
person from Fodlan who I know best is my mother. She fell in love with a man from the wrong side of the border and had the guts to leave home to pursue that love. I always threw that in the faces of anyone who tried to make a fool of me. My mother is proof the people of Fodlan aren't all cowards.
Okay.
Just saying that doesn't achieve anything, though. I need to destroy the prejudices that have taken root in my homeland. That's why I came here, to see Fodlan with my own eyes. I thought I might be able to find a new perspective that could help me change things. And what did I
Hold
find?
on, I'll try that later.
People here view anyone who's an outsider as a beast of sorts. I was shocked. Even though our cultures and beliefs are completely different, our two lands have that much in common.
I guess
That's
you could
when I
say
realized
so.
the only way to change things is to bring the whole world together and start anew. That's the dream I've been working towards since I first entered the Officers Academy 5 years ago.
Bringing the world together?
To unify
Okay.
the Alliance, and then all of Fodlan, and to bring a new set of values to this new land of mine.
I see.
After that, I'd expand that vision to the rest of the world, break down the walls, and let a new perspective come rushing in.
Is that what you were
Start
talking
all
about to
over.
Marianne, kind of?
Do you think that's just a crazy pipe dream, or a brilliant ambition?
Can you rise to the challenge of that ambition, Claude?
Not too long ago, I would have said it was too much for me to accomplish on my own.
But now that I'm here, I can help
That's
you?
not how I feel anymore. And that's because I have you on my side now.
Yeah, Claude, I'll give
Lately,
you a
I've
hand.
spent a lot of time thinking about how I wouldn't have made it this far without you. You and me, Teach. We can go anywhere. Do anything.
As long as we have
I
money.
hope that you always walk in step with me.
Oh, don't worry, Claude. I'll
At
be
least-
here to support you.
Until the day comes when we can look out at the peaceful world we've built. Together.
Sounds good, old pal. Well, that's it for the supports. That took like an entire hour. We already talked to Claude in the last episode, but I think we're just gonna leave it off there. I know we didn't do any battles today, but I do have to do some like other paralog things and all that good stuff. So I think I'll just do that off screen, and then we'll probably see if we can just do what is it, a mission in the next episode, maybe a main mission, and we'll see what happens then. But I do want to say, so real quick spoilers. So if you don't want to be spoiled about the Blue Lions and their interactions with Claude, I would say leave now. This is Blue Lions time skip spoilers, so just so you know, if you haven't played Blue Lions or watched the playthrough or anything about that stuff, click off the video now, and thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you for making it this far. But for those of you who are staying, my thought is, so Claude, when he becomes the Alliance leader, right? And then Dimitri, we go and save Claude. Claude gives all the Alliance soldiers to the kingdom. He pretty much just deletes. He just deletes the Alliance and gives it all to Dimitri, which is interesting because here he says he wants to be the leader of the Alliance and then break down the barriers between the lands. So I'm curious if the land that he went back to in the Blue Lions path was his homeland, and I don't know where he was even born. So maybe I'll have to do a little more research on that, but or it'll just be revealed later. I don't know. We still have a whole bunch of Golden Deer chapters to do, so thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.